I'm gonna like write them down on a piece of paper and then do arts and crafts after, because I just can't. Like, this made me anxious all year. But this one's nice. I checked off a decent amount of stuff from this. I'm very proud. So I'm excited to go into this for the new year. Wine in hand, Kara. Me too. It's accidentally a rosé. Becky, do you want to start, or do you want me to?
You can go ahead.
Okay. So, let's see. Let me look. So I'm like looking at more people. So we all know that goal setting is super, super important. I don't know if you've ever heard me talk about goals before, but if you have, I get really nerdy pants about goals and setting them and reasons behind them. So this board, not this particular one, but this idea, Amber and I started doing literally 11 years ago now. So it's crazy to see everyone else doing this, because we were like the weird kids when we started doing these. People were like, what are you doing? You're like writing down all of these things and like cutting stuff out of magazines and taping it on your board. And we were like, yeah, we need to have at least some sort of vision for the future, because our life is craptastic right now. So doing that like gave us a vision for what's possible in the future. And now that we've been in business and I've been doing these for 11 years, this stuff works. If you write down your goals, we all know that this works. You write down your goals, you write down your visualizations, you look at it every single day, it's going to eventually come true. And it's in front of you every day so that you know what you're working towards. So you should have goals in all different areas of your life, not just business. So you should have business goals, family goals, financial goals, health goals, spiritual goals. All aspects of your life, you should have goals around your friendships, people that are in your family, not just your spouse. So goals related to all of those different things. And pick 1 or 2 areas that you're going to focus on each quarter. So these goals on these boards are going to be broken down based on quarterly. So the first quarter of the month, like, what's your big main focus? Are you going to focus on crushing your business and being consistent? Are you going to focus on not eating like a jerkhole, like I have been? That's one of my 2. Let's be real. Are you going to focus on spending more quality time with your family? So your business hours are very specific. Like, I'm working during this time, I'm not on my phone during this time. Like, pick something that you're going to really, really focus on for the first 90 days, do a 90-day run and put them on here. And also put big goals on here. Like, let's see. So let me see. Like this goal here on ours, we want to have 2 rental properties per year for the next 3 to 5 years. So you have to break it down and know like what you're doing every year, what you're doing every quarter. But like, that's a big goal. That's a 3 to 5 year goal. Mentor 50 families to replace their full-time income. That's a 2-year goal for me. And then other stuff is a little bit, maybe you want to hit master seller, and that's a 90-day goal for you. Maybe you want to make $500 a month, and that's a 90-day goal for you. So you can break them down. Little goals that are short, you can hit them fast, and then big goals that are going to take you 3 to 5 years to accomplish. Becky, do you want to add anything to that?
Yeah, so the only thing, when you were talking about picking a few things to focus on for 90 days, also have categories. So like, I'm doing the mindset reset right now, and there's like body, work or school, money, love life, friendship, self-worth. Have categories, but focus on one big thing. Like, you can list out all the goals you have for those categories, but pick one thing at a time, because if you have 5 things with money that you want to focus on and you're focusing on all of them, you're probably not going to hit one of them. So pick the most important in each category, and then, lay out 90-day goals for that, like how you can reach each step. Because if you have, like you said, if you focus on the whole board, you're not going to get anything. So focus on, with money, maybe you, like you said, you want to hit $500 a month or whatever. With business, instead of, I want to do this, and this, I need to focus on being consistent with 5 videos a day or 2 videos a day. like narrow it down and be specific. Because if you have just a broad, like I have like seller director 3 on mine for the year. But underneath this, I'm going to write down like a 30-day goal, a 60-day goal, a 6-month goal of like how I can hit this. We have like a vacation we want to take our family on for Christmas this next year, like my sister and all her kids and my grandma. And so we're going to like break down the cost of that and what do we need to save month. You know, because if we just put the picture of the mountains on there and we see it every day, but we don't have like a tangible thing that we can track on, are we on our way to getting there? And then December hits and we're like, well, we didn't save any money for that. So take that off the vision board. I was talking with Bree a little bit. I had emailed her a couple of questions and she mentioned putting stuff all, like I have always done a digital vision board. And I said for this one, I was going to make it where it's hanging on the wall. And we got a giant white poster. And Bree had said that she'll put her affirmations on her wall. So as she walks around her house, she sees them. And so I think having this up where we're seeing the things that we want to happen this year will help it not be hidden in a folder on our computer that we don't look at every day. So if you do a visual one, maybe think about printing it out or putting it as your phone background so you're seeing it every day. Because if you just make it and do it tonight and then you forget about it, what was the point in making it?
Or you could do all of those things. Like if you make a digital one, print it out, put it on your bathroom mirror, put it on, put it in your car, put it on your, you know, your frame it and stick it on your nightstand in your bedroom, like places where you see it all the time. Mine was hanging up on the side of my fridge since we did this in April. And I walk past that section of my house millions of times a day. So that it was in like a really heavy traffic area. So put it in a heavy traffic area for yourself.
Yeah. Yeah. And I don't have magazines. I just got on Pinterest. I don't know how you guys are doing this. I just saved pictures and printed them off. And then the words that I wanted, I just used Canva and printed it. And you can change the font and stuff. So if anyone was trying to figure out how to do it without a magazine and not wanting to use just a marker, Canva was super simple. I just saved it and printed it.
You can do that on your phone too. I use like any type of Word app. I use WordSwag, and I just saved the pictures and sent them to my email and then printed them from my computer. If you have a fancy printer that prints stuff from your cell phone, you can skip that step.
I wish.
I hear that exists. I don't have one. But I would love to hear some of your guys', like everybody that's on this call, some of your goals. Like let me read out a list and we'll see, because maybe some people have, this was thought just came to me while you were talking, maybe some people have goals that are similar and you can mush yourself together with people who, like, if a bunch of people are gunning for master seller or seller director 1, 2, or 3, or you want to make $500 a month or $5,000 a month, like you can kind of see who are the people in the team who are on the same path as you, on the same track as you, and you can keep each other accountable based on, you know, it's silly to try to keep up if you're like, I'm trying to hit master seller, but I'm accountability partners with somebody who's, you know, trying to make $400,000 a year. Like your goals are not going to be the same. So that will be helpful. Let me see. We'll do health, business, money, relationship. How many people, I'm curious to know, I can't see everybody, but how many people, you can do in the chat section or talk, have a travel goal for this year? I know that's always huge with people in this team. We all like to travel. So I'm curious to know how many of you guys, A, have a travel goal, and where are you going? And is DC going to pay for that for you? Yes. Ooh, Ireland, Carrie. I love it. California, UK for Christmas, New York City. Or, you guys are talking so fast. Yes. Oh my gosh. So put these on your board. And I also challenge you to figure out the cost of that goal and what you need to do with DC to make that to make it so that DC pays for that trip for you. Because that is so powerful when you're like, hey, guess what? My side hustle paid for me to go to Ireland with my whole family. Or they paid for Disney. Like, Disney is expensive. I have not been yet, but I hear from the people that Disney is an expensive place to go. So that's a really good testimony for you guys too. If, you know, we're hitting this as teammates and we're sharing what we're doing, you can say, hey, I had a teammate who took their whole family to Disney for a week, like just using their income. So that will be really helpful for us over the course of the year to figure that out and to help share that with other people. 5,000 or don't even bother. So I haven't been yet. So Amber, you have spent $30,000 on Disney World. I just like that blows my mind.
Ross, holy F.
So travel. I'm also curious to know of you guys who, like, what are your money goals? Because that is, hi, that's why we're here. We have a business. 6 figures. Yes.
I almost printed off something small and then I was like, no, I'm not doing that.
This was mine from April. I didn't get there yet, so I'm gonna reuse it. Glitter is flying everywhere. 100,000.
Nice.
Right here. I'm literally glitter bombing my whole office.
Also, another thing.
Go ahead.
Like power words. I know like last year I posted something and said like, give me some words, like maybe something that starts with your first name just to keep it creative. And I had a whole list of like words that I would like read throughout, well, the first 2 months of the year is when I really read them. But I printed off a couple of like power words. So when I look at my board, it's not just a bunch of pictures or numbers or income. It's like, you know, like consistency and communication and deeper connection, stuff like that.
You can do mantras too. I actually stole this from Amber's board when we did them together because she was done with it. And I was like, I need that sentence. And it said, decide today that you have the ability to make big things happen. So you can, like, it doesn't have to just be a word. It can be a phrase. Like, this phrase fires me up. This phrase makes me think bigger and want to do more things with my whole life. So
if
mantras.
you guys have words that you use or mantras like that, put them in the chat so other people can see like what words, you know, they could, because I was like falling short of what words to use for the year. So I just got on Pinterest. But if you guys have words that you're using to focus this year, put them in the chat so we can, so everyone else can see them and maybe use them.
Yeah, Amber. So I'll read it for everyone who, if you can't see the chat section. So one of Amber's big goals was to get one of her personal sponsored people here in Direct Sellers to Master Seller. That was one of her things. And it just happened moments ago. Like literally 5 minutes before we hopped on this call, it happened. And it went on her dream board. Like she's been the dream board gal with me since forever. So it works. And I also think that it's really helpful to see your progress. So underneath everything, put the date that you want to hit it by, not like by December 31st, 2019, but like say somebody had a vacation that they wanted to go on in the fall. Like what date do you want to hit that by? For me, like one of my goals is I want to lose 40 pounds by April because hello, that's when we're going to Florida and I'd like to look not like a beached whale. So like that's one of them. It has a specific date. I want to be Seller Director 3 by the time we go to our next annual conference, which is probably in the fall. I don't have a date yet, but I'm just going to put, by the next time we go to an Uncorked event, which I'm not sure when, but probably it's going to be in the fall time because that's what we've been told. So also think about business specifics, not like I want to hit this rank or I want to make this amount of money, but what do we always say? Marry the activity, divorce the results. So what activity do you want to be consistent with every single day or the days that you're working your business? So how many people are you going to reach out to? How many follow-ups are you going to do? How many relationships are you going to build every single day? And those types of things should go on your dream board because that activity is going to eventually produce results. And if you have it on here, you're going to be looking at it consistently. Blitz. Rebecca, you have been crushing blitzes. I cannot even keep up with you. So if anyone ever wants to run blitzes, we all have all of the information on how to do them. Anyone in this team can literally run a blitz at any single time. And it's super helpful because if we have all different people doing blitzes at all different times, then sometime you'll be able to hop on one. Like maybe you're a stay-at-home mom and you can do it at nap time. Maybe you work your business at night. Maybe you're in Australia. Maybe you're in the UK. We have people in all different time zones. So doing these blitzes all over the place is helpful because, just throw up a Zoom link in the team page, and even if nobody hops on, you're doing it. So it doesn't matter. Like, just do your work in front of a Zoom camera. It's no big deal. So that I would love, love, love to see people keep doing that because it's amazing. Julie, we'll talk to you about a blitz after. It's basically your power hour, your business work. What else? Does anyone want to share their biggest, baddest dream vision for 2019?
Guys, unmute yourselves.
Unmute yourself, talk to us.
Ooh, publishing a book. That's awesome.
I like that. That's an exciting goal.
Ross, I see your face. Share your goal.
I'm going to start flipping through and calling people out.
Oh, that's awesome,
Yeah, Claudia.
So awesome.
That's an amazing goal. Let's see. Cindy, what's your biggest, baddest goal? Ooh, master seller. Placing full-time income. I love these goals. You know what else is super fun to do with these goals? Is reverse engineering them. So you can literally go backwards from your goal and reverse engineer, and then you know what you have to do every single day. And if anyone needs help with that, reach out to any of us. I'm pretty sure any master seller can help you with that. But that's like my favorite thing to do is reverse engineer goals. I see Rebecca's typing away. Go to Uncorked, master seller, retire my husband. Oh, a wedding barn. That's really smart. They're very expensive to have a wedding in. That's a good source of income. Who else? Everybody has headphones on. Larger house, buy another house. That's so awesome. Oh, guys. Will you guys all take a picture of your vision boards when you're done with us here and post them in the team page? I would love to see everybody's finished vision boards. 400 invites a week for 52 weeks. You are not playing, homegirl. That is amazing. Elsa Jr.
I was just gonna say.
Yes, Ross. I totally agree.
Our big one is being completely debt-free by the end of the year. And we mapped it out and we should be by next June, but I want to like push it and be debt-free. And then Billy just said he wants to retire by the end of the year. So everyone tell him to keep working, working the business. So then both of us combined with DC, then he would be able to quit his job by the end of the year.
That's amazing. What an awesome Christmas present that would be.
Right?
You guys can also put material things on your vision board if you'd like. I know that is really motivational to some people. Like, you know, if I had, what was one on mine? Oh, my car. That was like my one material thing in April when I was like, when I can no longer stand to drive my mom's pile of crap falling apart car that she gave me, I'm going to buy the car that I want. And I finally did that in September. And maybe for you, maybe you want some really fancy handbag or a fancy pair of shoes or a necklace or something that's materialistic, and like you would like never buy it for yourself, but you just always wanted one. You can do that. Like, I am going to buy a Louis Vuitton bag when I hit Seller Director 3. I already decided. I don't know how big it's going to be, but that's just one of the things. So you can tie monetary things to your goals. So like once you hit this goal, you buy this for yourself, stuff like that. Oh, Carrie, I have a really fancy dream car. It's Honda Civic. I had one before and I just always wanted one again. So I bought a new Honda Civic. Because that's my dream car. Like, I'm super not fancy. But you can put stuff on there too that is very materialistic, and just like give yourself the ability to buy it. Like, just say, I'm gonna buy this because I can, because it's on my dream board, because I can afford it. And all of that stuff actually speaks abundance into your life. If you think that you can never afford something, or that can never happen for you, that's a scarcity mindset. So if you think that you can afford to do things and afford to buy different things and go on different vacations and pay for different things, then that's an abundance mindset, and you will continue to have abundance into your life. So that's a super cool little hack in life. I want to read.
I was just going to say too, when you had talked about buying a bag, like putting that material thing, maybe tie the smaller material things to a smaller goal, like hitting master seller, you get your favorite pair of shoes or whatever. And then, you know, the car you want, once you hit ambassador or whatever, then you're going to reward yourself. But even on your vision board, when you have these goals, as you hit them, like Amber had just said, she takes a picture of it and pins that on her board. But reward yourself along the way. Like, put things on your dream board that you want to buy when you hit these things. Go get a pedicure, or go a weekend away with your husband or your wife, but reward yourself for the things on this as you hit them. Or consistency, you know, after 2 months of being consistent every day, do something special.
That, I think, is huge, Becky. Just rewarding yourself for being consistent, because maybe the fruits of your labor haven't come about yet, but you're being consistent. Like, take yourself out to lunch or buy yourself something nice after you've been consistent for however long. I'm gonna write that down. That's one of my goals.
Kaylee, I just told Billy that when we have our bus and travel that I wanted scooters.
I cannot wait to see Kaylee.
I just told him that in the car on the way home.
You're gonna have to take all the videos. It's gonna be, oh my God, I can't wait.
I can't guarantee that the day I buy it, I'll know how to operate it, but I'll learn. And if I've got to bring it home if I have to rent a Penske truck to go get it and then learn how to do it, I don't care. I'm buying one.
That's step
I
one.
can't wait to see this. I'm so excited.
Do you guys have any like questions about all of this? I mean, are you guys already pinning your stuff? Our board is just laying here beside us as we talk. What tape do you want to put there? Card on there.
And we're just coming upon the 30-minute mark for the team call. So, you know, we won't.
No, it doesn't matter.
We won't keep you if you got all your info, but you know, if you have any specific questions for us or anything that you think is a good idea for people to add to their boards. I was trying to read through the comments.
Oh, I love that, Carrie, to not have to work overtime to pay off the debt.
Yes.
That's awesome. No working holidays. That's awesome. Ooh, a greenhouse. Good one.
My happy holidays.
Oh, you have happy holidays?
Mine happy holidays. I love you.
I love you too.
I love you, Mom.
Don't do that because you're gonna bend my board.
Oh no, I'm bold. So Daddy. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Hey, I'll share a goal real quick. I was just talking to Kaylee about this, and this always happens every single year. But I always write these humongous goals, which is great. I mean, there's some big goals and there's some really cool like daily action stuff. But I've noticed one big thing I always notice, and I'm always like very aware of this too, is when I like take some time to meditate or to just do the manifestation stuff, like all that stuff that I used to think was like really girly and stupid and for a bunch of hippies, people just kissing trees and stuff. But like when I actually got into it, I saw a big difference in like my day to day. You could probably ask Kayla, like I'm just a lot more chilled out. And then there's another part of me that just goes all in. I'm just nuts. Like, just slide me food underneath my office door. I'll eat it when I get to it. I'm just crazy. And I was just telling her, like, one of my goals this year is to just have that part of my routine every single day, is have that meditation and that part where I can just kind of just tune out from everything and then maybe go into go mode. But that was one big thing that I can see a big difference in my day when I do have that meditation or that just chill moment.
Versus when you don't.
Right.
Because you don't know how to unplug. Like some people have like an off button where it's just kind of like once their day gets to a certain point, it kind of lurches forward and the switch turns off and they go, okay, I need to take a step away. I needed to go do something else. You don't have that.
Yeah. So it's important to practice that for me. So just want to share that with you guys.
I also think this has made a huge difference since I've done this, because with the off button, I'm either completely turned off or completely turned on. Like there's no in between for me. So doing something that makes my husband not make my business seem like it's a pain in the butt, and there's a word I'm trying to think of. Begins with an R, I can't think of it. And putting like date night on our board at least every couple of weeks, doing date night where I'm not on my phone, he's not on his phone, we're not with other people. Like that makes a really big difference for recharging. And it will make, if you have a spouse, even if you have a supportive spouse in this business, if you are showing them that they're a priority to you, even on top of everything you're doing with this business, it's going to make them feel better about letting you step away to go do this business because you've paid attention to them and they don't feel like they're competing with your business. So that's been huge for us. And yes, Amber, we are going on double date night for the 87,000th time this month together tomorrow. But if you guys don't do something like that with your spouse, I would highly recommend trying it out, just because it allows you to reconnect with your spouse and show them like, hey, I'm doing this for you so that I have more time, not so that I'm holed up in my office and stuck on my phone for hours and hours and hours a day. Because I did that when I built my first business and it was not pretty.
I was just gonna say I did that the first time too, and when I joined this, Billy was like, like, nope, this doesn't work for us. And so that was a big thing for us, where we kind of just lay out a schedule. I know like a couple of nights a week I'm gonna work at night when he's home, but then the rest of the time in the evenings we'll do family time or whatever. But taking time for your spouse, but also for yourself, I think is really important. Even if it's 15 minutes where you go in your room and shut the door and read a book, or but we've talked about it, and I do like me time almost every day, and I either will take a bath, go watch Netflix, read a book. But Will knows now that like if I'm in the bedroom and the door is closed, that it's him and dad time, that's like me time. And it's been huge for me to like recharge because I'm with him all day, every day. So not just date nights, but also you time as well.
Yes. Agree. What else? I feel like I'm missing things in the chat. I should have done. Ooh, lady spa like a boss. Yes. That's awesome, Michelle. Does anyone have anything else? Any more words of nuggets of wisdom to add?
one thing real quick, Amanda, why we got everyone on or whatever. Just a reminder that the more that we can, it's kind of not really goals, but just popping into the underground cellar. I had posted like a recipe, and so people that had commented, I was just messaging it to them. And someone like responded, I don't even know who they are, but they were like, thanks, you guys are doing a really great job and really enjoying the page or whatever. So just something we have everyone on just to kind of remember to pop in there and just give different tidbits and things like that, because even though people may not be responding, they're definitely watching. I had the same person told me that they screenshotted the sale and was like, I really think I might join, so I told them like, hey, go get with the person that, or whatever that put you into this group, let's get you paired up, but just kind of a friendly reminder.
That's an awesome reminder. And to piggytail on the back of that is, if you want to take time and like actually, take a week or put information into the underground cellar, let one of us master sellers know, and we can make you a moderator so that you don't have to wait for somebody to approve your post. We did that with a bunch of people who got the underground cellar up and running after we all went to Kentucky. So if you want to consistently put information in there, just let one of us know and we'll make you a moderator. And then you don't have to be waiting for your post to be approved and it's been like 4 days and it's no longer relevant, that type of stuff. So, we have almost 10,000 people in that group, and I'll share a little secret. A lot of people who brought those people into that group are no longer with direct sellers anymore. So they're like, oh, we have, just saying, just throwing that out there. Because they may want to sign up. Like, I had somebody who emailed me a couple weeks ago, and she was like, hey, I don't remember who put me in this group, and it was actually like one of my people that had quit. And so there you go. So it happens. So if we're continually watering the seeds in there, 10,000 people is a big audience, and there's only like 1,000 of us. So it's actual like real leads. So that's a really cool place. If you want to get more involved in the underground cellar, just let one of us know, and we will be happy to give you moderator status and let you fly, because that's an awesome group. So does anybody have anything else? If not, I'm gonna wrap up and do the bedtime thing and go watch Bird Box, because why not? Because I want to pee my pants tonight, apparently. Everybody good? Alrighty, me too, Steve. It's been many days. All right, well, I am super, super excited to see all of your dream boards. So once you get them all pretty and spruced up, put them in the underground, or put them in the team page. I want to see all of them. I want to see how pretty they are so I can get inspiration for my next one, because I pretty much just tape things on paper and write on it with a permanent marker. Bye, guys. I'll see you later.